I'd like to just briefly tell you a little bit about Toon Boom for those of you that may not know us intimately. We've been in business now for just over 15 years, and in fact the first product that we brought out that many years ago was basically to automate the way that traditional animation was done. And the first major customer that we had was Disney. They are still the largest customer that we have. So we've had this in excess of 15-year relationship with Disney, which has been very, very useful for us because we in fact gain a lot from obviously industrial knowledge as they also try to move the envelope. Now at that time, the reason that we designed that technology was because there was quite a need to outsource work. What could be done for $17.50 in LA was costing about $2.50 to do in Asia. And the first countries that were chosen as outsourced countries were China, Taiwan, Korea, and the Philippines, as you probably are all aware. Subsequent to that, we in fact developed fairly large industries in India, more recently Africa and the Caribbean, etc. But as we move forward with product development, obviously the styles of animation became a lot more sophisticated and varied. And as opposed to just doing traditional animation, of course, the demand for multimedia came into play, also the demand to do digital cutout animation, etc. So as we went through that cycle, we in fact redesigned our technology and we started to really focus on what is it that animators need in all of these different styles that they want to employ. As we did that and redesigned the technology, we realized that we could also enable animators and studios to save a significant amount of their budget by streamlining their pipelines. As a result of that, the need for outsourcing became less of an issue as in fact the productivity went up in any given studio, or the collaboration possibilities between multiples of studios became a lot easier. Now I know that we have quite a few students with us today, and I wanted to say very briefly that as Toon Boom reoriented itself over the years, there are two areas that we decided we were going to focus on quite aggressively in addition to the major studios. One of them was education and the other is online. Now these two new parts of our business, by the way, are now accounting for half of our revenue. And when I talk about education, I mean utilizing the techniques that we have within our technology in cross-curricular material. So we now in fact are involved in education from K to 12, obviously in university and college level, moving into the studios. What we have found is that there is a huge demand for animators internationally. If you look at Canada alone, 2 of our studios are looking for 40 animators as we speak. If you look in India, there's about 35,000 jobs available for animators. So the animation industry itself is growing tremendously. In our own case, we have been growing 28% a year. And with the advent of these technologies, you don't necessarily have to be sitting in the same place to work together. And that again is one of the things that we're particularly proud of, is that you can have small studios or single users that in fact work in collaboration with people in other countries, and they never meet each other, and they work very, very well together.